Hello, this is Colton Bonstead, voice of Crollo Belialuin from the Midnight DND podcast. If you're looking for a night of mystery and adventure, make sure to tune in to 91.5 WJHS to listen at midnight to me and 5 of my other friends and go through the Magus campaign. Hope to see you there.
Welcome everybody back to Midnight D&D Session 3, produced by WJHS Radio. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Dalton Heiser, and with my cast of adventurers, Finn, the Elf Fighter, Crollo, the Elven Wizard.
You're supposed to save the best for last.
You ain't the best.
Vincent's the best.
Ralphyra Liadon, the Wood Elf Rogue, Erasio Condide, the half-elf, half-orc fighter, and Hank the Tank, the human monk.
That's right. The monk. Oh, he did a funny pose.
What happened last session, our crew took on the Dolahan, which has plagued Magus for, I think, tens of thousands of years, every Sunday at 11:11.
Roll initiatives.
This
is just to see who wakes up first. This isn't for battle.
Okay. I was like, oh no, what's happening?
21
there.
22. You dare one-up me?
Soft 20.
The great and powerful wizard Crollo.
All right, so Finn wakes up first, then Crollo, then Ralphyra, then Erasio, then Hank. Technically, Hank and Erasio wake up at the same time, but hey, this is for my sake. You guys wake up to the sweet smell of cooked meats and vegetables by your bedsides.
I'll eat it. Detect poison.
Wow! I'm gonna need spellcraft.
14 plus spellcraft 7, so over 20.
You are a smart man. Your food was poisoned.
Roll for poison.
You don't have detect poison.
I'm going to eat the food.
All right. So you noticed that it was something fishy about your food. It looked tampered with. Originally, the food was perfectly fine, but someone before it got to your room decided, hey, I don't want these people around anymore. Dropped a little bit of death bane into your food. If you ate the food, you are now, for the rest of the day, going to be getting a -2 to your rolls on every roll.
So if your character didn't know any better, because we never said who was eating the food.
All right, so Liz and Brandon, I need you both to roll fortitude saving throws.
20. Soft 20.
All right, soft 20 for Brandon.
9.
All right, Liz, so you get a -2 to your rolls for the rest of the day. Brandon, the food tastes really funny to you. It doesn't taste normal, but you're kind of like, it's whatever, and you eat the rest of the food.
You ate poison.
What are you gonna do?
I already poison checked my food, right? I'm gonna take it out to the main lobby. The guy who's running the hotel, is he the one who brought me the food?
So the owner of the hotel kind of looks at you weird and goes, are you bringing me some stew?
I want to know what this is, because you tried to poison me.
I did nothing of the sort. I've been down here doing the accounting all morning.
Okay, then who did bring me this?
I don't know, one of your friends? He sounded like he was from more of a other background, like he sounded different.
It's probably Ernie. I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go pay him a visit.
Alright, so you go and knock on Erasio's door.
I was very confused when you said Ernie. I was like, who's Ernie?
My character has nicknames for most people.
I wake up. I open my door.
Alright, so you open your door to see a very angry Crollo standing in your doorway.
What's the matter with you?
This. I'll throw the food in his face.
Alright, Erasio, I need you to roll a dex saving throw.
7.
-2.
So just 5.
Unfortunate for you, I rolled a nat 20. You get... Crollo throws the soup so hard in your face that the bowl shatters with the stew. So you got pieces of broken porcelain bowl stuck into your face, around your eyes, with soup leaking into it. You take 3 points of damage.
3?
Holy cow, this is a dangerous soup.
Not to mention that not only is it cutting him, but the poison's seeping into his body.
Oh
no! I'm gonna need you to make another fortitude saving throw.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Oh,
What have you
Crollo.
done?
What have you done?
The best possible option.
I feel like this is revenge for me throwing a javelin at the other people.
You
It's only-
tried to.
it's
They
only-
stopped you.
Yes,
Finn
attempting to.
pulled you guys off.
It's only the best option because my character made it.
12.
Alright, you're at 12 health.
No, that was my fortitude.
Oh, alright, so you don't get another extra -2. So, Horatio, what are you gonna do about this? You just got stew thrown in your face, the bowl broke, now you got pieces of porcelain stuck in your skin.
What in God's name was that for? I'm gonna shove him into the wall.
Crollo, I need you to make a reflex saving throw, and Horatio, I need you to make a strength.
18.
13.
Alright,
Oh wait, -2, so 11.
My goodness.
alright, so Horatio, you go to try to push Crollo, and Crollo, being an elf, is very, very nimble on his feet. So he immediately sees you charging at him, and Crollo kind of just sidesteps real quick. Like he is in Horatio's vision for about a couple seconds. Horatio blinks, and now Crollo has stepped to the side. You are running towards the banister of the floor. I need you to make a reflex saving throw.
Mom, pick me up, I'm scared.
Oh, the shenanigans.
God.
Oh,
has forsaken
Oh, you said it was a reflex?
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he roll a 1?
no. He rolled a 5.
Oh, yeah, it's just gonna be a 5 because it's 2 and then -2. So yeah, it's just 5.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Horatio.
We might kill him.
Crollo, you noticed that Horatio was heading for the banister. You noticed him slam into it. The banister begins to snap and break away from where it was nailed to the bottom of the second floor.
Look out below.
You son of a...
The next thing you notice is that Horatio is now falling with pieces of the broken banister down to the first floor.
Don't die.
He's getting close. You're beating the crap out of him.
Don't mess with Crollo.
Horatio, you take another 3 points of damage.
He's gonna die before our adventure begins.
What are you at?
I'm at 6.
Stay down.
All right, so the owner of the hotel is now just flabbergasted. He's like looking up at Crollo and then looking down at Horatio, and he's like, "Did you just try to kill him?"
If I tried, I would have succeeded.
Got halfway there.
Horatio, you hear this? The owner's just in shock. How are you feeling, Horatio?
I'm in pain.
At this moment, Crollo, you begin to feel a large force of gravity pulling you down into the floor.
Oh, thank God. Vincent, what a G.
Is that a strength throw or?
Yeah, that's a strength.
Okay. Well,
You hear Vincent's booming voice coming from down the hallway, where you notice that his door is now open, and he begins to walk through it with his hand slowly outstretched as he's moving it down in your area, like your position. As you feel the gravity starting to get heavier and heavier, the same thing that Vincent did to Ralphyra. You notice that as his door closes, it begins to shimmer and then fade away back into a regular wall.
gotta get out of here.
Like
Another
Never should have
kick.
come here.
throw.
16.
You are still getting crushed into the ground. The force is starting to become almost unbearable. You can feel yourself kind of fading in and out of consciousness as he's pushing you down into the floor. As the boards begin to snap and break away underneath you because of the immense weight.
I'm gonna tell Vincent what the hotel owner said about how the man's voice sounded.
He goes, "We will deal with this in a moment. But for now, I must teach a child their place.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna say this right now. Vincent is the only character my character is scared of.
We know.
Oh,
And for good reason. You're about to get spanked.
Oh,
Can I will my way over to the stairs, try to jump where Eraser is? So the
With
gravity,
this gravity,
just...
you might just go splat.
no.
I'm gonna land there.
you're not able to move at
Okay.
all.
Why are you being so mean?
You notice that Vincent moves his hand back up as the weight begins to not crush you anymore. And he goes, "We have much more pressing matters to attend to than your petty squabbles."
You gotta teach me how to do that. Also, sorry.
You just see him sigh as he just presses his fingers onto the bridge of his nose. You can tell that he's looking a bit more stressed than he was last night.
So, do you know who poisoned my food?
Well, I only have an idea, but maybe it was one of the guys that your friend, he looks over the edge at Orazio and he goes, tried to throw a javelin at.
Why would they poison me? I tried to stop him from throwing the javelin.
Well, maybe they run with an unsavory crowd. Maybe your friend was doing the right thing. Everything's a complete possibility now, isn't it? You should know that as a wizard.
If everything's a possibility, can you heal him and teach me that spell you just used?
That spell, that's just a simple mage hand.
You're that strong?
I am many things that you do not know.
How'd you make it invisible?
Years of practice. Years of practice, my boy. Remember, your race lives for thousands of years, but I've been around for tens of thousands of years.
Okay.
Orazio, yes.
So about healing me.
So,
Roll to say that you're injured. How does it come out?
no. Vincent hears him and he goes, you kind of see Vincent peek over the edge again. He's like, I suppose you didn't really do anything wrong. And you notice that he kind of holds his hand over the banister where it's broken out because you fell over it. And
You don't need to remind me.
he begins to like kind of wiggle his fingers a bit as a light erupts from his hand and down onto you. And you kind of feel like this energy slowly pulling you back up. As you land on your feet, the porcelain begins to fall out of your skin as the poison also then begins to seep out from your pores. Remove your -2. Yes!
Can I use my knowledge of Arcana to figure out what Vincent just did? Can I roll for that?
Yes.
Okay.
That also heal me back to full.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you're good now.
14.
That was a Cure Minor Wounds spell.
Minor?
You also notice that Vincent claps his hands together as the broken banister pieces begin to come up from the ground and they begin to just reassemble themselves into the same place that they had been before as the banister fixes itself.
Can I knowledge that again?
Yes,
18.
you do not have the knowledge of what that spell was,
Oh,
but you notice that it feels a lot different than any of the other magic that he's even used around you.
Where's the rest of us at?
Yeah.
Hank's in his room, and Finn, you're still in your room. Hank, I need you to roll your initiative. And Finn,
Initiative?
I need you to roll
combat.
your
No,
initiative
it's
as well.
probably not combat. It's probably to decide what order they're going.
Oh, okay. I got a 7.
12. 12.
All right, so Finn, you wake up out of whatever state you're in. I didn't know if you tranced the night before, if you had actually fallen asleep, but the noises that are coming out from outside of your room wake you up.
I walk out the door to see what's going on.
You see Orazio down on the first floor, Crollo on his knees in a cracked hole the size of his body. You notice that Vincent's standing there next to Crollo.
What did you guys do?
You see Vincent cross his arm and just shake his head and he goes, child's play. That is what happened. Mere child's play.
Okay. Won't ask me more.
You see Vincent raise his hand as he snaps his fingers. Hank, you're now beside Vincent.
Howdy.
I was about to ask if he was still asleep.
I was about to ask if you had clothes on.
Yes, everybody is fully clothed.
Wonderful. Great.
Fully
Fantastic.
clothed.
You just got teleported from your room next to Vincent, and all you have to say is,
Howdy.
Well, if you just got teleported from being asleep and unconscious to being upright in front of all of your friends, what would your reaction be? What? Yes.
Howdy.
So you notice Vincent, he kind of just sits there and he looks at all of you and he goes, well, now we got 2 things to do and you guys can decide which one you want to take on first. Do you guys want to venture to the lighthouse or venture to the hospital? Vincent's now looking at you guys and he goes, all for the hospital, raise your hand.
I raised my hand.
Crollo, Ralphyra, Hank, did you raise your hand?
Not anymore.
Yike.
All right, who raised it? Did you?
Then sure.
All right, so it's 3 for the hospital and 2 for the lighthouse. So Vincent goes, all right, so Ralphyra, Crollo, and Finn want to go to the hospital. Horatio and Hank don't want to go there and want to go to the well instead.
Don't split up the party.
Well, that's completely up to your friends if they want to still accompany you to the hospital. If not, then I'll accompany them to the lighthouse.
Why don't we just take 2 trips?
Is it on the way, Vince?
Well, the well's right behind Luca's. The hospital is a couple streets over.
Why don't we go to the well first since it's closer and then we can go to the hospital
Sounds
afterwards?
I agree.
Vincent just kind of smiles and goes, well, all right, now you guys sound like a bunch of adventurers and not a bunch of children. Have to teach you more lessons.
Okay, Cameron, first of all, I'm just playing my character. There's no need for that.
Vincent snaps his fingers, and now you guys are behind Luca's bar.
Oh, okay.
He,
Behind the bar.
yes, he hands you, Crollo, the key. And he goes, you're a wizard. You're very trustworthy to make sure that everything's in place and you carry it.
Thank you.
He goes, after this, I'll teach you a little trick. How about
I will do an amazing job just for you, Vincent, please.
Vincent smiles and goes, that's good. You guys are now facing the well. It is a large well, may I add. It is extremely large. There's a gigantic wooden hatch door over the top of it, which there is a hefty lock that is keeping it closed. What are you guys going to do with it?
Use my key.
So, Crollo, you use the key and you put it in, and as soon as you turn it, you hear a lot more pins than there should have been for a simple lock as it pops open. As you take the lock off, you notice that as you're lifting the hatch over, that there's the sound of water splashing around at the bottom of the well.
Well, Finn, you're going first, and don't climb a wall.
Finn, make a spot.
14.
You got a 14? All right. So, Finn, you notice before anybody else that there is a ladder built into the side of the well on the inside. Would you like to climb down the well on the ladder, or are you just gonna hop right in?
I will climb the ladder.
Yeah.
What are you seeing there, Finny?
All right. So I need you to make a climb.
21.
All right. So you've never seen more expertise climbing on a ladder than Finn doing it. This man is acting like this man's just going down it with a finesse. Finn, you reach the bottom and you notice that the sound of the water splashing around was just the water in the center of this large channel hitting the sides of these walkways that you landed your feet on.
So it's kind of like an underground river.
Basically, yes. Crollo?
Did I see him go down the ladder?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump down the ladder and land on top of him.
All right, then I'm gonna need you to make a reflex save.
16.
All right, so you hear the sound of
Mario.
Crollo. You hear the sound of Crollo sliding down the ladder towards you at a very quick pace. You manage to, just as he's coming out the bottom lip of the well's exit down where you're at, you roll out of the way and are in a kneeled position now. Crollo, you land on your feet. Actually, no, make a tumble. Crollo.
Tumble 5.
You see Crollo for a couple seconds land on his feet, and then he begins to slowly fall back. Crollo, you fall into the water. Now make a swim.
10.
You are managing to keep yourself afloat. That's about it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna yell at Finn to get me out of here, you idiot.
I don't know. Why should I? You tried crushing me.
You were just in my way. Now help me out of here. Persuasion.
Yes. Roll persuasion.
Profession. There is no persuasion.
Make one of your professions your persuasion.
Uh,
You have a profession in persuading.
21.
So, Finn, unfortunately, Crollo's angry, bossy words still struck a chord within your lawful, neutral alignment. You don't like the idea that you have to help him, but you still feel that as a person, it's still the right thing, and you have to do it. You're obliged to do it.
Yeah, I thought he was lawful good.
I am lawful good.
My bad. Lawful good. All right. You need to make a strength.
19.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Brandon, Finn, you managed to pull Crollo out of the water. Crollo, you are soaked in what you assume is salt water. Ralphyra, now it's your turn. Are you going to go down the well with the ladder, or are you going to just hop straight down? Go.
I'll go down the ladder.
While she's going down the ladder, can I say something to Crollo?
Yes.
No, you may not speak to me. I'm joking. You can.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. I swallowed my pride for that one moment.
Is it a climb?
Yeah.
Well, 7 because of my deduction.
Ralphyra, on the other hand, gets around, Ralphyra climbs decently well down until she gets about to the end where a piece of the ladder at the bottom has rusted out and it rips out of the wall. You need to make a tumble, Ralphyra.
Don't land on me.
You make the tumble perfectly fine. Even though you're feeling a bit woozy from the food that you ate this morning, you managed that even after that piece falling out of the wall, that you land on your feet. Orazio, now it's your turn. Would you like to climb down the ladder, or are you just gonna jump down the well?
Considering how my roll's been going today, I'm just gonna climb down the ladder like a good boy.
Alright, please roll a climb.
It would be a 21.
Alright, so just like Finn, you make it down the ladder perfectly fine. You see that Ralphyra had just started to walk away from the ladder, so you just missed kind of almost hitting her with your sword or your axe. Hank, please roll a climb. Or are you gonna just jump down the hole?
Well, I'm gonna see how my ladder goes.
Jump. Do it, coward.
Alright,
Yeah,
roll,
jump.
roll a climb.
You know
Jump, 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 jump.
That's a challenge.
jump,
Can I drop elbow onto Crollo?
Unfortunately, Crollo has walked away from the exit at the bottom.
Do it to Orazio.
He doesn't have it coming.
I just got healed.
That's the point.
Fine, you know what? Drop elbow on a raise.
Please, no.
Alright.
The
I'm
plot
so
thickens.
sorry.
3.
No, you're not.
He thinks it's
Yeah,
Crollo.
you're right.
Alright, so number 1, Hank now thinks that the person at the bottom is not Orazio, but it's Crollo, because all Hank hears is Crollo's obnoxious voice coming up from the well.
Obnoxious. I think you mean amazing.
Orazio,
Amazingly
you need to make
obnoxious.
a reflex, or you can make a strength to try to catch Hank.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with strength.
Alright, please give me a strength roll.
21.
You roll a crit?
Yes.
It's a soft 21.
That's a soft one? Oh, alright.
I was like,
I
what?
thought he had a modifier of +1 in his strength and he rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
It's gonna be all right, so yeah, Hank, as you're coming down, you notice that is not Crollo at the bottom of the well. That is Orazio.
Uh-oh.
So Orazio, you kind of put up your hands above you as you catch the elbow and leg of Hank as he's coming out of the exit of the hole.
What was the plan there exactly?
Hi, honey.
You make a beautiful couple.
Wow, true love.
You want to explain to me why you're trying to elbow drop me?
He was trying to hit me.
I was trying to hit him. What
Or
he
me.
said.
Oh, okay. I throw him at Crollo.
All right. I need you to make another strength, and Crollo, I need you to make a reflex save. Unless you want to make a strength and try to catch him.
No, I was thinking. There's a very malicious thought in my head. Give him a wet, shocking grasp hug.
That would also hurt you.
Because I'm wet. He would also be wet as soon as he touched me.
I rolled a 14.
It's reflex to dodge.
Yes.
Soft 21. I rolled a 19.
So, unfortunately, Hank is now flying past Crollo as Crollo ducks Hank.
Elbow and all into the wall.
Elbow and all into the water. Hank, I need you to make a swim check.
You got it. That would be soft 21.
Hank, you are now like Olympic level of swimming down the little water pathway away from the group a bit.
This is fun.
Unfortunately, that was not your decision. You kind of just started swimming, and the current of the water is kind of just pushing you that way. Yes, Ralphyra.
I'd like to roll a perception
All
to
right.
see what I'm looking at around the room.
All right.
13.
You're looking around. You notice that there's two pathways. The one that you guys were led down to by the ladder, and then there's another side. It kind of forks off into two different directions where the water splits. Of course, in the middle, you notice that from a little like grate that water is pouring into this little aqueduct-looking area in the middle that Hank is now swimming in.
Tastes salty.
Thank you.
No problem. Hank, I need you to roll initiative.
You got it. I see a reoccurring theme here. I got an 11.
Yes, Crollo.
Can I start making my way towards this water buffalo of a man?
You can, but I'm gonna need you to make a perception.
Perception.
Roll a spot.
Nat 20.
All right, so
Plus 5 in spot.
So ahead of Hank, you notice that there is what you quite can't tell because of the water moving around and sloshing so much. It looks like a serpentine, like multiple serpentine-like figures heading towards the head of Hank. Would you like to warn him?
Yeah, I want to warn.
All right, so Crollo, you're yelling over to Hank.
Just a side note, the only reason I'm warning him is because Vincent said that if we do this mission well, he'll tell me something, like spell-wise. So, Hank, look out. There's something in the water.
May I shoot whatever it is with my short bow?
You're risking hitting me, but okay.
Ralphyra, please roll initiative.
Lawful evil, my guy. I got a nat 20.
No, nat 20s automatically negate off any minusing.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh, well then. I don't think I hit him.
No, this is your initiative.
Oh, initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, 27.
You got a 7. You have a +7 in your initiative?
Right here?
I guess, yeah. 27. So you got the 27.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
All right.
Skillful.
So, is there anybody else like wanting to join the combat?
Me. I will.
All right.
I don't think I have a choice.
Yeah. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm starting you all in. Razio, Crollo, and roll initiatives.
19. Initiative 14.
Soft 20.
All right. All right. So, Liz, so you're wanting to shoot at one of these creatures with your short bow?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead.
So, what would you like me to do?
I would like you to roll your d20 and then add it to your range.
Well, 4.
I'm getting hit.
Don't miss.
Hank, I'm gonna need you to make a reflex save.
How about I use one of my my feats, which allows me to deflect 1 arrow per day. It's part of my improved unarmed strike.
All right, you can use that.
Yes.
So, Ralphyra, you knock an arrow into your collapsible short bow, and as you're trying to take aim, you notice that as Hank's starting to get farther away, that whatever is going on with you is starting to mess with your vision a bit. So you kind of become a little uneasy with the shot, and as you release the arrow, it beelines directly for Hank.
I'm sorry.
Hank, you said you were going to use your feet with your improved unarmed strike to deflect the arrow.
Yes.
Where would you like to try to deflect the arrow to?
Into the mouth of the beast coming at me.
All right.
Justin Arrow's D4.
Yeah, Liz, roll the d4.
4.
All right. And Cam, since that was your feat, you can now not use it for the rest of the day until you either long rest or actually sleep.
Okay.
So as the arrow's flying out towards Hank, you notice that Hank spins around in the water, puts his palm up to the arrow, and hits the underside of it and deflects it to the side, where he guides it with his own hand as it launches forward and slams into the mouth of one of the creatures heading towards Hank. As it hits it, you notice it begins to writhe in the water, splashing around. Any of you can make a spot check to try to figure out what it is.
I will. 15.
All right.
May I?
Yes.
A spot? An 11.
Hank, there are 3 of them heading towards you. Which one did you want to hit? The one closest to you, there's like one midway heading towards you, and there's one in the farther back.
The one that's coming at me first.
The one that's heading to you closest. All right. So Crollo and Ralphyra, you notice that it is a serpentine-like creature. Crollo, on the other hand, has a better idea of what it is. Due to your past, you studied a lot about magic and creatures and such. You know that this is a common electric eel. All right. Orazio, it's your turn.
What are the chances that I can pull one out of the water?
But that would be a grapple check.
How far away is Hank? Like, how far away did he swim? Because I
Yeah.
chased after him.
Crollo, you're the closest to him. Everybody else is the same distance as they were. They haven't moved really.
How far am I from
From
Hank?
him, you're about like 5 feet. But everybody else is about 15 feet back.
All right, I'd like to try to pull one of the eels out of the water.
All right, so are you moving closer to where Hank is?
Yeah.
Now floating in the water?
Yes.
Orazio, you move towards Hank, and you notice that the creature is now trying to resubmerge itself under the water with the arrow still sticking out of its mouth. And you said you wanted to try to grapple it?
Yeah.
All right, please do. Roll a grapple check.
16.
All right. So, Orazio, you successfully grab the eel. You grab it by its head out of the water. You still get an attack to this turn because you grappled. That's an additional action for this turn for you. Would you like to attack it in any sort of way?
I'd like to take my great axe and lodge it into the side of his head.
All right. So, since you're aiming for a specific part of its body, you're going to get a -2 to your roll. And I'm going to need you to roll a melee.
Soft 23.
Yeah, you successfully lodge your great axe into the side of its head, which only makes it writhe more. It is now profusely bleeding. You initially thought that you had hit it very hard, but the liquid that was leaking out of it is more of a gel-like substance that is leaving its body. It's like it's slime coating that keeps it wet. Now it is Finn's turn.
So I'm going to separate my two-bladed sword into one
All right.
and try to attack one of the eels.
Unfortunately, you can either take a move action or separate your sword. You cannot do both in the same turn. So you can either move and attack with your sword as one, or sit back for the turn, separate your sword, and then wait until your next turn to move.
I'll move and attack.
All right. Where exactly are you moving? Are you moving past Orazio a
Yeah.
bit to try to get more in front of Hank's area to try to start slashing at whatever in the water?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to try to attack? The one that's in the back or the one that's
Yeah,
more
I'll
towards
go-
the middle?
I'll go for the one that's in the back.
All right. So you run towards the back. You reach your limit of about 20 feet before it just drops straight off into water again. So you hit the end of the concrete walkway. I'm assuming you're swinging with your sword. All right. So you do hit. I need you to roll damage. 11. All right. So you notice that as you're bringing your sword around and you chop down into the water, you notice that you had cut off the tail of this eel, which is now writhing around in the water. It's no longer heading for Hank. It is now just kind of writhing around in agony and pain at the fact that it has now lost its back tail. Crollo, I need you to roll a d20, a flat d20.
5.
Well, the eel's got a 1, so...
Yes!
Wow.
That's good.
That's just lucky.
All right, so Crollo, it is your turn.
All right.
One eel's in the water, still heading towards Hank. One eel is writhing around in the background, splashing around in the water because Finn has severed its tail. And Orazio has one up in his hand with his battle axe stuck into the side of it.
I guess I'm gonna Ray of Frost the last one that's heading towards Hank.
I need you to roll.
Spellcraft.
Yes.
15.
All right. So yeah, you hit through. Your magic will penetrate the natural armor that the eel has. Roll I do believe it's a 1d4 of gold.
Yep. 1.
Oof. You guys see Crollo begin to move his hands together as a little blue orb of energy begins to radiate like a cold sensation as he releases it into a ray as it heads over Hank and hits the water where the eel is. You notice that a small, thin layer of ice coats the top of the water where it's above the eel. But besides that, it doesn't look like the eel's going to stop its advancement. All right, so now, Horatio, the eel that you are holding is now going to try to bite a hold of your hand. What's your armor class?
It's
18.
AC.
Your skin being as tough as it is, the fangs cannot penetrate your skin at all. You kind of just look down at it and you're like, what was that supposed to do? Like, that doesn't hurt. That fin. The one that you have attacked is now...
I'm sorry. I can fall off a banister and lose half my health, but an eel can bite me and I won't feel it.
Yeah.
That's D&D for you.
So Finn, the one that you had severed its tail is now spun around and has managed to get control of its pain and is now leaping out of the water to attack you. What is your armor class?
17.
The eel hits through. You take 6 damage. As the eel bites onto your hand, you notice that immediately as it bites down, that you begin to feel a numbing sensation radiate up your arm. You notice that yellow electricity begins to crackle around inside of the eel and is now transferring into your arm through the bite.
Jeez.
Yes, Crollo.
Watch out, those eels' bite can be electrifying.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I'll remember next time.
And Crollo, the eel that you had tried to attack, has now swam past and around Hank and is now beelining for your area. You notice that it now jumps out of the water at an arc, heading to bite you.
Is there some possibility for me to like dodge it while somehow like hitting it towards the ground?
Unfortunately, you'd have to set up your character to prepare to dodge the turn before an attack.
Okay. So I can just dodge. Is it jumping onto land like it did?
No, it's jumping out of the water to bite you.
Okay.
What's your armor class?
My armor class, 14.
Unfortunately, it also hits through.
Okay. So I need to roll to dodge.
No, you have to set up a dodge before that.
So this is gonna hit me.
You take 7 damage.
That's more than half my health.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes, Finn.
Just want to let you know those bites can be electrifying.
And Finn comes back with a retort.
Okay, first of all, that's the same thing I said, and it's pretty shocking that his brain cells can keep up with mine.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Alright, so Crollo, unfortunately, now you are having the same thing happen to you that Finn is having happening to him. Though he's taken it a lot better than you. This shock puts you down onto your knee. You are now kneeling with this creature biting into your hand, sending electricity through your body and arm.
I have one question about these. What would happen if they got shocked? Would nothing happen or?
They have a natural resistance to electric attacks.
Great.
Hank, it is now your turn.
Okay. Would I be able to get out of the water and then hit the eel that's attacking Crollo?
Are you going to swim back towards Crollo?
Yes.
Please make a swim check.
Okay.
It's not going to matter anyways. I mean, he has an amazing swim.
Well, if you roll a 1.
8 is 17.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you did roll a 1, I would have to say, yeah, no, that's a crit fail. What'd you roll?
17.
17. Crollo, you notice that Hank is now swimming back towards your position. Hank, you climb up out of the water pretty effortlessly. I would have made anybody else make a climb, but your swim and the way your character is built, I will not make you do that climb check.
Sweet. Okay.
All right, now what attack are you liking to do?
I would like to do a flurry blows.
A Fury of Blows.
Yes.
Please roll for armor class. It's a melee.
You got it. Oh, not very good. I got a 9.
You still managed to hit through.
Yes.
All right, please do give me your rolls. I do believe that's 2d8s, right?
It's 2d6.
2d6s.
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Yep.
So that is
6.
We know basic math.
all right. So you see Hank climb up out of the water, and as soon as he does, he brings over a right haymaker that slams into the eel's side, racking it off of your hand. And as it's flying through the air from your hand, you see the other fist of our man Hank, the tank, slam this thing right back into the water.
Vile thing.
Now, back to Ralphyra. Ralphyra, you have been sitting here kind of watching everything happen. You see the eel that is now latched on to Finn's hand. You notice that Orazio has one that really wimpily tried to bite him. And you notice that Hank has now swam back across to help Crollo out.
I'll help Finn.
All right.
I like him. He's a good kid.
How will you be attacking?
How will I be attacking him? I will pull out my double daggers.
All right, so you're using one of your actions to put away your crossbow, which, due to it being collapsible, counts as an extra action onto your turn, so you can still move and pull out your swords.
Okay,
Or your daggers, my bad.
I will do that.
All right, so you pull out your daggers, and
I want to hack at the eel.
you're going to hack at the eel.
Yep.
All right, please roll your melee.
Okay, is that a d20 plus 1? Is if it's 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember your -2.
Thank you. 13.
Yes, you still hit through. Please roll both damage for both of your daggers cutting into it.
So 6.
It's 2d4.
2d4. My bad. 3 for the first one, and 1 for the second.
All right, so as you see Ralphyra begin to slash into the eel fin, you notice that it immediately lets go and flops nearly dead onto the concrete walkway below you. You are just digging into it. You just bring one across to the side and you bring the other one across, and two really rigid but sleek slashes through the air, leaving really fine cuts on this eel.
Thank you.
Of course.
Now, Orazio, it is your turn.
Is it possible for me to hold the eel in two?
That would be
Grapple.
a grapple. Yeah, I would say grapple. I'd say that's a grapple, and I'd count the damage as an unarmed strike, so it'd be a 1d4 for you.
I would say strength and grapple, and if he passes both, then yeah.
All right.
So we're going with strength and grapple.
Grapple is still a strength roll, so I'll just keep it with it. So yes, just a grapple, and then it'll be a 1d4.
Got a 10 for my grapple.
That's fine. It still manages to hurt it. You notice that Orazio is now grabbing a hold of this eel that is latched onto his hand with his right hand and is now beginning to pull on it. And you notice that the skin is beginning to stretch, and you hear cracking and popping coming from the eel as it begins to let go.
And you said I need to roll a d4.
Yes.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, you roll a 4?
Orc.
He has calloused orc hands.
Yeah, I'm like,
It tried biting me and it didn't do anything.
sure.
And remember all that slime and goo that's fallen off of it? As it was being flailed around from his hand, it kind of lost all of its slime. It's slowly dying of suffocation because it has no water to breathe.
My goodness.
All right,
Hence why I took it out.
Just remember, Mr. Eel, you decided this.
it's now your turn. The eel that you had attacked and that had lashed onto you is now on the ground, writhing around.
Okay, so I will just put my sword over and I'll just stab it through the head.
All right, so since you're targeting a specific area of the body, I'm going to need you to -2 on this roll. Please roll your melee. You don't even need to calculate it. You're good. It hits through its armor class. Do your damage, so your 2d8s plus your...
16.
Finn, you end this poor animal's life as you bring your gigantic double-bladed sword down upon it, which just makes it stop moving around. Like, it's not moving around anymore. You've put it out of its misery. It's now just bleeding out. Now it is Crollo's turn. Crollo.
All I can really do is, I'm guessing diplomacy won't work, so I'm gonna unarmed strike this thing that's attached to my arm.
It is no longer attached to your arm.
It isn't.
now
Oh
in the
yeah,
water.
I beat it
it's
off you,
it's in
buddy.
the water.
Hank has punched it into the water.
I'm gonna pass. I have nothing.
All right, so Crollo passes his turn. Now the eel that Hank has punched lunges back out at Hank. Nothing special. It just pops back out of the water trying to bite Hank. Hank, what is your armor class?
15.
It hits your skin and it does the exact same as what it did to Orazio. Its bite does nothing. The teeth can't sink into your skin because of how tough it is.
Sweet. This puny thing.
And as for the eel that Orazio is once again holding, it begins to try to bite more into your skin again.
It's not dead.
No.
I thought I tore it in half.
Nope.
So it's bones were just cracking?
Yeah, you're hurting it, but it's still alive. It's trying to bite into you again. It's trying to sink its teeth deeper into your hand.
Okay, am I gonna have to do armor class again?
Oh wait, no, it's an 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt you at all. It's useless. Biting at your hand is doing nothing to you.
Oh, look at it. It's cute.
Seems like a weakling.
Until one of them's named is Vincent. All right.
This
Hank,
one can't
it's
push me
your
into the
turn.
floor.
All right, Hank, it is your turn.
Can I pull it off and thrash it on the ground? Just like a whip cracking, just...
Yes, I will count this as your unarmed strike,
Okay.
but I'll give you a +2 since you're slamming it into stone.
Oh, sweet.
Hank, what'd you roll?
8 plus 5.
Yeah, you grabbed onto it. You begin slamming it around. Please roll your 1d6 +2.
Oh, okay. 4 plus 1, so 5 damage.
This thing just begins to be thrown around as Hank grabs it and begins slamming it into the ground and into the side of the wall. You notice that once he stops, that it has gone limp in his hand. Unfortunately, that Hank has now caused this animal to just die from extreme abuse.
Your free trial to existence has ended.
Ralphyra, it is now your role.
What is going on?
Finn has ended the existence of the eel that you had attacked with your daggers. Orazio is still having issues with his little eel that's still somehow managing to live. And Hank has now put out of misery the other eel that had attacked Crollo,
So are all eels dead?
besides one.
What's the one that's living?
The one with Orazio.
The one with Horatio. Then I will go at it with my dagger.
All right. Please roll melee.
That would be 7.
-2.
-2. My bad. 5.
All right. So you still hit through. Please roll 2d4.
4 on the first one.
All right.
2 on the second.
You successfully cut the thing in. You cut the eel in half on the second slice. The eel drops down to the floor. It's dead. You guys have successfully killed the eels.
Yay!
We did it.
Yeah, you guys did it.
We did it!
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
As far as you guys notice, the rest of the front path is cleared. You guys have reached a milestone. You guys are now level 2.
I get so many things.
Let's go.
But thank you for listening to Midnight D&D. Crollo, would you like to take us out?
You should come back next episode to hear more of the best character here, me, Crollo, your wonderful wizard. The best one here besides Vincent.
The most cocky one here, aside from Vincent.
Those are some fighting words.
True that.
They are fighting words, and I know that.
Careful, he'll put you through another banister.
So please join us next time at midnight for another session of Midnight D&D.